I recently received two really awesome deliveries. The first of them was an ergonomic chair. The one you are seeing on the screen right now, and the very one I'm sitting on while recording this video. And the second package, the one I received, was a gaming chair in a stylish white and pink color. That one actually ended up in my girlfriend's room. I received these shipments from Paradox, and with the code shown on the screen, you'll get a 10% discount. I encourage you to explore their offerings on their website, and now I'm going to start unboxing and assembling the first chair. I'm starting with the ergonomic chair, which is actually the very one I'm currently using. I've already spent dozens of hours in it since I started recording this video, and I can definitely recommend it. It is truly very comfortable. I began by unpacking everything and arranging it so I knew the location of each component, allowing me to proceed effortlessly with the next steps of the work. Then, I started unwrapping everything from the plastic packaging, placing it directly into the carton to prevent any mess. Fortunately, I had two little helpers, my cats to be precise, who were constantly monitoring me, making sure I was doing everything correctly and hadn't forgotten anything important. Everything you need to assemble this chair is included in the set. All the necessary tools, screws, and even more, because in my particular package, this set with tools and screws was actually double packed. I'm not sure if it was a packing mistake or if they just provide a double set as a standard, perhaps as a precaution, just in case you need an extra spare. The chair's assembly is truly quite simple. Of course, we begin by attaching the wheels to its base. I've already attached all the wheels, so I can now move on to the next part, which is installing the piston. After the piston was installed, I got to work on the seat. The armrests and backrest need to be installed here. However, we'll start with the armrests, and the backrest will need to be assembled before mounting, as it comes in two separate pieces. All the screws and tools come in these little plastic bags, so I'm taking out the necessary screws right now and attaching the very first armrest. I'll tighten the screws here, and then I can move over to the other side to install the second armrest. As you may have noticed, I was under the constant scrutiny of my cat the entire time. She constantly consulted the instruction manual and meticulously checked to ensure that every single screw was securely fastened. Although I must confess, our attempt at reading the instruction manual completely failed. Somehow I still managed to install the right armrest on the left side and the left one on the right. Consequently, they didn't quite fit, and I didn't even notice until 2 days later, when I finally corrected it. However, throughout this entire video, they will remain swapped. At this moment, I am attaching the headrest, so the backrest will be fully assembled. This chair features a great deal of adjustment possibilities, including, for example, headrest recline, headrest elevation, the entire backrest's height, seat extension, and various other adjustments. The backrest is assembled, so I'll set it aside and get to work on installing the footrest. The footrest extends right out from the seat itself, so I just need to slide it in right here, and then everything will be perfectly in position and ready to go. Now it's time to install the backrest onto the seat itself, so I'll just need to screw it in right here. I'm taking the backrest now and fastening it into its designated position. It will be secured by 3 screws, which I'm installing at this moment. All that's left is to tighten them, and the chair will pretty much be ready. I'll just attach the base with the wheels, and then it can stand on its own. I have to admit, it went pretty smoothly. It only took me about 25 minutes, and I actually did the entire thing with just one hand. The reason for this was that I was holding my phone in my other hand, recording everything to show all of you exactly how it looks. The most challenging task to do with just one hand was putting the chair onto its wheels, but I managed it, and this is how it looks now. Here we have the footrest, backrest height adjustment, headrest adjustment, and the armrest adjustments, which, as you can probably tell, are currently mounted incorrectly, but let's just ignore that for now. Alright, so now it's time for the ultimate cat test. Our feline friend will assess the chair's presentation, and from what I can observe, the cat seems perfectly content with it. So, head over to the manufacturer's website and let me know which chair you choose for yourself. And if you're buying a chair, please share it in the comments below and definitely remember the discount code. And so, I just got started on unboxing the second package, which is the pink and white gaming chair that's currently in my girlfriend's room. She's extremely excited about it. She too is extremely pleased with this chair, so I can wholeheartedly recommend it without any reservations whatsoever. However, personally, I would still choose the ergonomic chair that I currently own. I've been thoroughly testing it for several weeks now, dedicating anywhere from a few to over 10 hours daily to it, so I can confidently say I've put it through its paces. If you're spending countless hours in front of a computer, seated in this very chair, it's absolutely vital to have a plethora of configuration options available, allowing you to perfectly tailor everything to your personal preferences. One must take care of their spine. I am unpacking all the components from their plastic wrap and will soon begin assembling this pink and white chair. This one's actually a bit simpler to assemble. There are fewer individual components because the backrest comes as a single unit, and there isn't a footrest among other things. But rest assured, all the necessary tools and screws are naturally provided in the package. As you can see, this particular one only had a single set of screws and tools, so it's possible that with my chair, it was indeed a packing error, just as I mentioned earlier. I'm now unpacking the wheels and will proceed to their installation. The wheels are now mounted, so I'm setting the base aside. Next, it's time to install the piston, or the gas lift. With this chair, an additional plastic cover is also installed over the gas lift. I'm taking the seat and putting it on my workbench, which I made out of a cardboard box. Similar to the ergonomic chair, I now need to mount the armrests onto this chair as well. Each one is held by 4 screws. First, I screw them in by hand, and then I tighten them with the wrench included in the set. All the screws are tightened, so it's time to move on to installing the mechanism where the gas lift and the chair base are attached. The arrow and the text show you where the front is, so you can position everything correctly and tighten it with the 4 screws included in the set. In the case of the ergonomic chair, this mechanism was already factory installed, so I didn't need to put it together myself, but it's only 4 screws anyway, making for a very quick and easy installation process. Exactly as with the initial chair, I put everything together utilizing just one hand, while simultaneously grasping the camera with my other hand, solely to capture all of this for your viewing pleasure. I'm tightening all the screws, and the mechanism is now fully installed. With everything securely attached, I can flip the seat over and move on to assembling the backrest. Well, this part will be a bit more challenging to accomplish with just one hand, but I believe I can somehow manage to get it done. As is standard, I'll begin by threading the screws in by hand, then fully tightening them with the wrench provided in the kit. Later, a plastic cover will go over this spot, so you won't see the screws and it will all look nice and clean. I've finished one side, so now I'm going to flip the chair over and get to work on screwing in the other side. I'm tightening the screws, and then I can move on to installing those plastic covers I mentioned earlier. This is what the plastic covers look like. This one is for the right side, so I'm putting it in place. It just snaps on and is secured with one screw. Time to install the cover on the other side. I'm putting it on, snapping it into place and securing it with a screw. After completing this step, the chair is indeed 99% assembled and ready. The only thing that remains is to put it onto the base with the wheels. The armrests on this chair are also adjustable, and the neck pillow is attached magnetically. You can adjust it just a bit here, elevating it up or lowering it down. As for the lumbar support pillow at the very bottom, you simply place it there and it actually stays put all by itself. No need for any additional fasteners or other magnets here at all. These pillows are crafted from a truly pleasant material and are quite soft, ensuring they'll perfectly conform and provide comfort for any back. And here's the finished chair, assembled with everything attached in its place. I attached the base with the wheels off camera because unfortunately I needed my other hand for that. I simply couldn't lift this chair with just one hand and position it correctly in the right spot. In the comments, let me know what you all think about these chairs and which one you would pick out for yourselves. As I mentioned before, I invite you to visit the manufacturer's website. And with the code that is now displayed on your screen, you will of course receive a 10% discount. Of course, the links to the chairs I received from the manufacturer are also in the description. I can honestly recommend these chairs to you all, especially the ergonomic one, since that's exactly what I'm using. And this isn't a paid opinion, so don't you dare think I'm praising it just because they paid me. I received these chairs as a gift and was given complete freedom to review them and show exactly how everything looks. It looks fantastic and is incredibly simple to put together. You can even unbox and assemble a chair like this with just one hand in under 30 minutes.